Raissa, thank you for doing DITL.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
It's going to be a little bit different, I hope, than your standard podcast episode.
I think so already, because I was like, what are the questions? And they're like, no, we're just going to like have a really great conversation. So I'm just excited to talk to you about, I guess, my day.
Yes. So we always start with the beginning of your day and what time you wake up.
Okay, great. I wake up between like 5:45 and 6:15 in the morning, every single day. It doesn't really matter if I went to sleep very late the night before, or it's on the weekend. So it's kind of annoying. I mean, you know this, having kids. It's like you just are programmed. You start to just do things significantly more differently. But I think the waking up is a big part of that, of like, it doesn't even matter. I just wake up that time no matter what.
And your body just tells you.
Yeah,
no alarm.
No alarm. Like today was like literally like 5:46 or something. And my daughter was up too. We were both just like chatting in bed. She was telling me about her dream. And I looked on my phone because I'm like, when is the sun gonna go up? Like, it was so dark. So, you know, she's like, when do we get out of bed? I'm like, oh man, we have a little bit of time, you know? So it's kind of fun to just like be also in bed and cuddling and having that time, because, you know, the moment you get out of bed, it's like, it's go time, basically.
Yeah. So what time is go time, and how do you kind of get out of bed and then get your day going?
Yeah, so my life or every week is slightly different because I share my daughter with her dad. And so she lives basically every other week with me, and then obviously the weeks that she's not, she's with her dad. And so when she is with me, it's obviously full mom mode. So today it's like we were in bed till probably like 6:15, 6:20. And I look at my phone once just to check the time. And then we're just kind of like catching up. You know, like I said, she's talking to me about her dream. She asked me if I had a dream. And, you know, talking to me about, she had like a cold. So she was just like, oh man, like, you know, how are you feeling, etc. So it's just like a good time.
She's so thoughtful.
She's very thoughtful and very like just a super cool, like great kid. And so it was actually really nice to just have that time because we woke up so early. And for her to be just very alert and present, and it allows me to be the exact same with her. And so yeah, I looked at my phone to see the time. Oh, actually, I looked at it again because she was like, when is the sun gonna come up? And I was like, you know what? This is a great question. So I looked at my phone and I was like, oh my gosh, it's not gonna come till like 6:50 today. So I was like, okay, we should just like hang out for a little bit. And then we got up like around 6:15 out of bed, went downstairs, and I immediately like will make coffee. The other kind of fun thing is we just moved into our house. I was renovating for 2 years and 3 months, which was a nightmare.
Yeah.
I mean, just a nightmare. And so we've just been in our house for right before Christmas. And then we went on vacation also. And so we've really only been in the house for like, you know, call it 2 weeks. And so it's so nice. And it's so nice to be together in the house. But yeah, I make coffee and she's, you know, I'm basically asking her what she wants to have for breakfast. I have a latte, and she's, you know, we're going kind of through the menu of things that she can have because she's like, I don't really know if I want yogurt. I don't really know if I want avocado toast. I'm like, bro, we got to make a decision. Because again, I mean, I know you have a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old, but she has to now be in school no later than 8:15.
Whoa, that's an early start.
I know. It's very, very hard. And you know, you got to get them ready. And it's like, she's like, there's a lot of things going on. I have to make her lunch and stuff. So, she decides on avocado toast and she wants a boiled egg. So I'm like, done. That's so easy. And she's very particular about all her outfits. So she chooses everything that she wants to wear. I give her the weather download so she's prepped. Mm-hmm. You know, I always tell her, like, that's the start of every outfit. You always have to know what the weather's like.
Dressed appropriately.
You know what I mean? Because I'm like, you want to wear a skirt, it's cold. You have to wear tights today, you know?
My son doesn't abide by those rules. It was like 40 degrees in LA a few weeks ago, and he was scooting in his tank top. And meanwhile, I'm like bundled up in a puffer jacket. And my husband and I are like, what is wrong? Like, how is he doing this?
Sometimes you just don't, you can't even enforce, like, you're like, please wear a sweater. They're like, no. Like, that's just what they want to do. But I try to really like do that with her so that, you know, she's again as prepared as possible. So yeah, she picks out her outfit and looks, and she's so funny. I was like, oh, I love this outfit, and she was like, I think it's like the best outfit I have had for school. I was like, it's definitely top 3. It's a good outfit.
Oh my God. So cute. Revolve 20 years from now. Ask their next chief brand officer.
Oh man, yeah, she's hilarious. I was like, I feel like it's top 3. She was like loving it. And then this is just how I looked. I was just like ready for the day because there was just like no time.
Okay. And what are like 3 products that if you're no time, just throwing on?
So I basically use the same things every single day, and I don't wear a lot of like makeup either. I'm just like not good at it. I'm just I'm just
sitting
like
5 feet from you and your skin is glowing. So
oh my gosh, thank you. I'm just like not a professional. No matter how many TikToks I've watched on how to like blend, I just can't. I have no idea how to do it. So I have Anastasia on my eyebrows.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just use Merit for it's like their concealer, a concealer stick, which I love. So I just put that on my face basically, and where like I have, you know, like any pimples, etc. And then I just use, it's called my friend, her name is Yayo, and she launched a brand called Romi, Romi. She just gave it to me recently. I use that for my cheeks, and then I put some on my lip.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really it. Those are like the 3 products that I use today. Oh, wait, no. Because I knew we were doing this, I actually put mascara on, which is very unlike me. But I went for it today.
I love it.
And the mascara is also, it's Charlotte Tilbury.
Okay.
So if we weren't doing something, you know, like filming or something like this, I never wear mascara.
Same.
Because it's like, I feel like by the end of the day, it's just like all over my face. Like I don't
wear it enough. And so to that point, it's like I forget when I have it on, and then I start smudging my eye, and then I'll get in the car and be like, how did no one tell me that I've had all this black mascara?
That's how I feel. Thank you. That's how I feel, Paige.
Or like little eye boogies. And I'm like, I don't want that all day.
I'm like, why do I look like a disaster? And it's like, oh, that's because I forgot I had mascara. Same. But
we wore mascara for each other today.
No, I know. Well, you look great too. But yeah, that's my makeup routine. It's so simple. It's easy. I don't even like use brushes. I just like use, which probably I should, but I just like use my fingers to kind of just put everything on. And didn't even do my hair. It looks a bit like crazy, but that's it. And then I had my house meeting from 10 to 11, and then I had 2 meetings after that, and then I drove over here. And then after this, I probably have like 5 more or 4 more meetings.
And who is your team now? Like Revolve has grown and grown and grown, and there have been acquisitions, you know, and the business has evolved, and you're traveling. And so I imagine that you're also overseeing a lot of people.
Yes. I mean, yes, I am. But it's having the right people. I have technically 4 people who like report into me.
Okay.
But the team, there's about, I think like 55 to 60 people on the brand marketing team. But those 4 people are really the anchor and just core to all the different departments within brand marketing. And it's really them who I check in, you know, with daily, just to make sure everything is flowing and everything is, you know, what it needs to be. And they're super great at their jobs, and they're able to manage, you know, the people, the large number of people that's on the team. But It took a really long time to get there for me personally, just as a manager. I think, when you start to develop a team, people may not understand that being a leader and being a manager are two different things. You can be a really great leader, but a really bad manager. You can be a really good manager, but not be able to lead people to, an overarching goal or etc. So it's really challenging. And I think when I was younger, I was very keen on, wanting to do everything and proving myself like all the time to everyone that like I was like, good at my job or whatever, you're trying to prove. And so as I've, developed as a manager, as a leader, and also just as a person, it's now more like, how do I empower people? How do I let them, do the things that only they can do? And not having an ego about it, just letting them like be and knowing that like I don't know how to do everything. I can't do everything. I don't have enough time. Even if I wanted to, I just don't and I can't because these people are better at it than I am.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
So that just took a long time to get to that place. Just because I had so many insecurities about, wanting to be very good at my job. And I always equated being very good at my job and being successful as knowing how to do everything, which is actually the complete opposite. So because my mentality changed, I was able to just find and work with like the most incredible people who again are so much better at their jobs than I am, and they allow me to, basically do the things that only I think I'm good at too.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that again took a lot of time and just process and not being kind of or being, I guess, in touch with your ego to understand what those things are.
Yeah.